So this can be controversial because it's about alcohol. And I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. John Scharfenberg. He's a physician, a plant-based physician. He's almost 101. And when he gives his longevity talks, one of the top things he says is, don't drink alcohol. And so Diana is asking, she said, I have the dilemma about drinking organic, sulfite-free, or anything else added vegan wine. I'm not an alcoholic nor anyone that drinks in an excess, but I just don't understand how something that is from the earth, basically a gift from God in the form of grapes that have been fermented into the depth of something that can be enjoyed in a different way, could be harmful. I really would like to fully understand this. There are a lot of others, I think, and I'm not alone in feeling this way. I know that there are a lot of other alcohols that do have harmful effects without a doubt, but when it comes to organic, no sulfite added vegan wine, I just don't understand it. I would love it if it could actually be broken down and explained in a way that I could understand properly so I could finally understand this.
Well, first, there's the philosophical issue, as she's saying, that is kind of, almost immaterial or illogical. Because something is natural, it comes from the earth, doesn't make it healthy. And, and by the way, alcohol doesn't grow on trees. When we eat things that were fresh from the earth, they don't have alcohol in them or have minimal amounts. But as you know, cocaine comes from the earth, and tobacco comes from the earth, and arsenic comes from the earth, and lead comes from the earth. And, star fruit is not great to eat too often, and that comes from the earth. And I'm in mourning because I stopped eating cherimoyas, because I just found out that cherimoyas are linked to Parkinson's disease and dementia, and I was eating them all the time, and I have to rip up my cherimoya trees because something's grown on the earth. It doesn't mean it's the right food for a human. There are a lot of poisonous things we can eat. So that's kind of an irrelevant argument. And what the question is whether we use logic and science to dictate your behavior, or whether you want to have a belief system that's not based on science and facts. And the facts are that the amount of alcohol you consume is a risk factor for cancer in proportion to you consume the alcohol. That one serving of wine a day is not as dangerous as 2 servings of wine a day or 3, but 1 serving of wine a day is associated with about a 12% increased risk of breast cancer in large investigational studies. That's been corroborated in numerous studies today to show that even in small amounts, you're still increasing your risk. And us Nutritarians and other health enthusiasts don't want to do things that increase our risk of cancer. I'm sure smoking cigarettes, just 2 or 3 cigarettes a week, may not be that dangerous compared to a pack a day or a half a pack a day. But I'm still not smoking 2 or 3 cigarettes a week and increasing my risk a little bit. Why should I do that for? So why would I want to use alcohol if I know it's going to put my body at high risk? The studies show that even using mouthwash with alcohol, even small amounts of alcohol, is still carcinogenic. You don't change the fact that alcohol is carcinogenic because this person doesn't like that science. It doesn't make her feel good. But you can do whatever you want, and I'm not here as your mother. And you could do, and your risk is proportional to the amount you drink. And certainly, I think if you had 1 glass of wine a week, it would probably be insignificant. But you start to go on to 3 or 4 times or every day, you're going to have a significant risk factor, and I would strongly advise against that. But people do lots of worse things, right? People go out and have donuts and have burgers and have bacon and have all this stuff. So the alcohol is probably a better choice than having the bacon. So it's up to you, whether you want to be as much of a health nut as me or not, or just take more risk or take less risk and do something you enjoy. That's your choice. I'm just telling you what's best.
Right. And so in nature, grapes could fall from a tree and they would get fermented, and I guess an animal could eat them and get mildly, woozy. But when wine is actually fermented, isn't it much stronger than the grapes we would find falling off the tree and fermenting?
I don't even know if I want to go there. What is it? It doesn't matter. We know that alcohol is a carcinogen in proportion to the dose. And that's a fact. Let's just accept that if you like to drink, just accept that it's a carcinogen and it ages you in proportion to the dose that you imbibe in.
Yes, but red wine has resveratrol.
Okay.
So you don't drink, right, Dr. Fuhrman?
No, I don't even drink any liquids.
Nothing, not even water?
That was kind of like a joke.
I know, I got it. That was good.